If you're watching this video, that tells me something really important. You've already survived the worst of it, but you're still stuck in something that doesn't feel like healing. You didn't leave and they didn't leave, but let's be honest, this doesn't feel like a relationship anymore, does it? You're not in full-blown crisis mode, but you're definitely not okay. And after everything that you've been through, being stuck here might actually be the most painful part of all. I'm Elise Craft, a trauma-informed, neuroscience-based, concierge-level relationship coach, and I know that that's a mouthful, but I specialize in relational healing that actually sticks. I'm also the former president of Helping Couples Heal, a large coaching company and leading podcast for couples recovering from betrayal, addiction, and deep emotional disconnect. And after working inside a large organization, I've seen what works, but more importantly, I've seen what doesn't. What I'm about to share with you are 5 things that you can do immediately to start leading your relationship forward, even if you feel you've tried everything already. These are practical, powerful moves I use with my clients who have been in the recovery process for a while and were stuck in the same painful patterns. Let's get into it. So tactic number 1, stop obsessing over why and focus on how. So here's the truth about that. Asking why did they do this can be a really painful trap, and it makes perfect sense. You want to understand, you want answers, but when you obsess over why, you can stay stuck in their story instead of stepping into your own healing. Shifting the question to how do I want to respond to this? How do I want to show up for myself in this situation? That one move alone can change everything. With the clients that I work with, we focus on what I call ownership over understanding. When they stop over-analyzing their partner's behavior and start building their own resilience, their own clarity, their own boundaries, everything changes. Tactic number 2. Insight isn't enough. Integration is everything. Now, you've probably done therapy, maybe even multiple therapists and coaches. You've probably been to workshops and intensives, and you've learned so much that you could probably teach the material. But here's the thing. Insight doesn't equal change. You can understand trauma and betrayal and attachment, all of it, and still be stuck in the same dance, which is so frustrating. What you need now is not more insight, but a clear strategy and nervous system aware action steps that actually move you forward. This is about integration, not more education. I've had clients tell me that they've spent years in therapy, but it wasn't until we created a plan that honored both their emotions and their nervous system capacity that they finally stopped spinning. Tactic 3, shift from monitoring them to leading yourself. If you're constantly watching him, checking what he's doing the work, reading the book, calling sponsor, did you watch that podcast or listen to the podcast, right? You're setting yourself up for burnout. The moment that you shift from managing their behavior to leading your healing, you take your power back. Some of my clients were exhausted from trying to police the change, and at first letting that go felt like giving up instead of taking back their own life and power. Once they let go of the control and doubled down on their own regulation, the energy in the relationship shifted, sometimes radically. You can't force someone into transformation, but you can inspire it by choosing your own fierce commitment. Tactic 4, get specific about what healing looks like. Vague goals, vague results. You can't just aim for, I want us to feel connected again. What does that actually mean? What does safety look like for you in a conversation? What would rebuild trust for you, not according to a book, but in real life. When you define what better really looks like, you stop settling for less than what you need. This is where emotional clarity turns into power. Clients I've worked with have built what I call non-negotiable clarity. And when you have that, your nervous system relaxes. You're no longer negotiating against yourself. Tactic 5, don't confuse calm with healing. A lot of couples hit this false plateau. Things aren't blowing up anymore, but they're really not getting better either. They mistake calm for healing, but disconnection doesn't always scream. Sometimes it goes silent. And if your nervous system is still activated, if you're still walking on eggshells, if you're still alone in your pain, that's not progress. That's just survival. Healing means aliveness, connection, freedom. You deserve nothing less. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking, yeah, that's me, this is exactly where we are. You don't have to stay here. This is what I've got for you. If you would like my help mapping out a step-by-step plan tailored for your specific situation, there's going to be a button somewhere around here, and there's going to be a short application. If we're a fit, and if I believe that I can help you, then we'll schedule a time to talk. There's no pressure, there's no scripts, just clarity. I'll show you exactly what it would look like for you to get unstuck and finally move toward a relationship that doesn't just survive, but actually thrives. Because if you've come this far, you're not here to settle. You're here to heal for real. And I look forward to seeing you on that call. Thanks for watching.